This is John with Voices of Racing. We have the privilege today to have Al Unser Jr., two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. Al, how are you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you.
And you're currently in your fifth wheel. Are you outside of track?
No, I am not outside of track, but I am outside of Kansas City, and it is extremely hot and humid here. So,
all right, so we're going to talk about a young driver, Formula driver that you essentially got connected with, and you motivated him to get into the US2000 series. Andre, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. How are you?
And where are you located?
Located in Montclair, New Jersey.
Okay. All right. So, Al, if you can kind of give me a little bit of the backstory about how you came upon Andre and just also how you've really gotten into coaching new drivers.
Yeah, well, we actually started talking with Andre about a year ago, I think it was, right about this time last fall. And I was working for a race team at that time called Future Star Racing. And we were real interested in having Andre come drive for us.
So what were some aspects of his driving that you thought really made him stand out against all the other kids around the country that are decent drivers?
Well, mainly what I was interested in and what caught my attention was the success that he had in the Formula Ford series over in Europe. That series is extremely difficult to be successful at, and Andre went over there and ran good almost straight away. You know, he did real good. I believe he won some races, Andre, is that correct? Yep. And so that's just that by itself shows that Andre can go out there and push the pedal down.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of these statistics for a second. Andre, just from kart as well as Mazda spec and then going into Formula, you've got 80 total races, 19 total podiums, and 4 different wins. And when you were over in Europe, if you could just kind of describe what that was like running over there compared to the United States.
I can't compare it too much to running cars over here, as I haven't done too much of that. But over there in Formula Ford, it was awesome. There's so many drivers, a lot of very experienced drivers. And if you're running at the front, like as long as you're inside the top 10, everyone's quick. Nobody makes a huge amount of mistakes. And you really have to be on it from like the start of testing in the morning all the way to the checkered flag at the end of the day.
All right, so here's a shot of your father and your uncle Bobby and Al Senior. Al, you come from the only family that's won the Indianapolis 500 9 times, and you've learned a lot over the years, and you've been able to help a lot of other drivers. What kind of advice do you have for Andre and also for potential sponsors out there? Why do you think Andre has the chops?
Well, you know, what we were really interested in with the Formula Ford, he proved himself as a driver. And then once we started talking with Andre, you know, he presents himself really good. His attitude is really, really good. Realizing that it's not just about driving race cars fast. It's about driving race cars in the race, having patience when you need to be, and then when you need to go fast, you need to go fast. And then also equally off the racetrack, how he presents himself, how well he speaks. He would be fantastic spokesperson for any company that would get involved with him. And so that's what we call your all-around driver, and Andre has that.
So here's a shot of Ralph Hansen, Pegasus Marketing Group. He's dealt with a lot of major companies over years, and he's trying to help Andre with, you know, aligning the proper sponsors. And something, Andre, I'd just like you to speak to for a second. I know you have a passion for the outdoors and mountain biking. You even make custom bikes. and that realm, as well as nutrition and really having a healthy body through training. I know those are two realms that Ralph's going to be going after. So if you could just speak to that and how that keeps you mentally focused, as well as how that keeps you driven off the road and into the trails.
Yeah, so mountain biking is pretty much my second favorite thing to do, and outside of racing, of course. But I love it for training because it puts you in a very similar mental space to when you're out on track. You're constantly thinking like, okay, I could do this a little better. I could do that a little better. Okay, the bike is doing this differently. Maybe I could talk to someone and make a change here. Or, okay, you know, my fitness isn't good enough here. I have to make an adjustment. And you're constantly in that flow state, I guess I should say. And the more time you can spend in that, the better for any activity. And as far as sponsors or approaching other companies go, outdoor sports is something that's really taken off in recent years, and no small part due to the COVID lockdown. And everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to work. I'm stuck at home. I'll go outside. And a whole bunch of people got into it.
All right, so something I want to bring up that I think is a great phrase, but I'd like Al for you to comment on this. It's a phrase that Andre, when we first started talking and really getting to know, that he says that when he's out on the track, you have this idea that you feel like you're in the eye of the storm. And I just like Al for you to kind of comment on that, and also maybe equate that to, you know, the times in Indy and even trying to win the 500 in 92 or 94, which you got both of them.
Well, the eye of the storm for me sounds a little calm for what we actually are doing out in the race car. And so, but you have to maintain calmness. You have to be calm in the race car, and you always have to be thinking and anticipating what's going to happen. And so everything's happening so fast out there, and so you definitely need to keep yourself in check at all times, and it's extremely hard to do with your emotions when you're going through so much. And so it was something that I had to learn when I was coming up the ladder and so on. And so in order to win races, you have to stay in control of your emotions, as well as putting everything on the line at the edge, as we call it, driving 11 tenths and still stay in control of your vehicle.
Here's a shot here of some of the podiums Andre has been able to enjoy. I know that you've already given him a lot of good advice, and you're going to help, follow his up and coming career and road. But what other advice would you like to give to Andre, just in general?
Well, Andre, just keep at it. Keep one of the key words in our business is perseverance. And because you're going to have adversity put in front of you, and so the one thing is to just keep on trying, keep your head down, stay focused, and keep going forward. And we're definitely going to be keeping in check with Andre and seeing where his career does go, because I really feel strong he's gonna be one of the top drivers in the country very soon.
Well, here's a testimony to you in your book, The Checkered Past. You've had quite a road yourself, and I know that you're also completing an audiobook. Is that coming out soon, or you've been working on that?
Yeah, the audiobook we're gonna launch it next May of 2024.
Nice. Well, Al, I really appreciate your time today, and all the fans of Voices of Racing. I hope you enjoy this. And Andre, is there anything else you'd like to say to Al for his wisdom and just how he's, looked out for you and also, looking down the road of how he could be a part of it?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Al. I really can't thank you enough. When you called me last winter, it's still crazy to me that even happened. And Yeah, I really can't thank you enough.
No worries, no worries. It's an honor, and let's keep everything going forward and get you in the car.
Will do.
All right, well, guys, thanks for your time today, and just stay on the line, and I'm going to close this one out.